Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to just play around with this PowerWash simulator while I talk to you about some games that I did the just no commentary. I just basically did the game while I was playing, but I didn't talk during the game. So someone asked me if I could give my thoughts on those games while since I didn't talk about what I thought about them after I finished playing them. And I said, sure, I'll do that once I can get to a point where I can do that. So this is it. So not really going to record PowerWash Simulator for a long period of time, but I thought I would do it while I was talking. So it's something I don't have to think about too hard. So the first one I played was the Gunk, and the Gunk was an interesting game. It was the story was okay. It was all about environmentalism and letting things take over, basically destroying the planet, that kind of thing. That's kind of what it was about, and it was interesting. It wasn't challenging by any means. I think I died more from just jumping off the edge of things than anything. So it really wasn't, or getting caught by something when I didn't realize that they were going to come my way. I think I got done that a few times, but it was more of a platform or a puzzle kind of game. And it wasn't hard. The story was good. I did enjoy the mechanics of it. I liked the sucking up, the vacuuming up of the gunk. That was kind of interesting. And beyond that, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was short. I think it was, if I really taken my time, it was what, 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that. So it really wasn't what I would call a challenging game, but it was something fun and just kind of relaxing you can sit and do. And it was on, I think every one of them I played was on the Xbox Game Pass. I'm almost positive. Let me look. Every one of these were on the Xbox Game Pass. It was actually PC Game Pass for me, but yeah, it's free games. Why not record them while I'm playing them? So a Gunk, good game. Not an excellent game, but good game. The graphics were good. The mechanics were good. That's about it. So that was the first one. The second one was called Lake. I like the idea of, the woman going back to her town and meeting back up with people she hasn't seen in a very, very long time. That kind of thing. I like the story of it. It was a little slow as far as a game goes. I just wanted to be able to run from my truck to deliver the mail. And I know it's supposed to be a low-key, slower pace game. You're not supposed to, a mail person wouldn't run to their truck every time they wanted to get mail and deliver it. That's not what they would do. So I understand that aspect of it, but for me, the driving and delivering mail part got a little boring. I like the story part of it, but I didn't really like the mechanics of the, delivering mail part of it. The driving was okay. It was a little wonky as far as, if you got any speed up at all, you just couldn't hardly turn the thing. So definitely was not a driving simulator by any means. It wasn't built to be a driving simulator. The bad thing is you did a lot of driving. There was a lot of driving in the game, and since the driving wasn't that great, it kind of took away from the experience. So that's one I didn't. I don't know. Like I said, I like the story. There's a couple options you could take as far as how you wanted to go with the game. You could have got with the lumberjack. You could have just gone back to the city. You could have stayed in that area and stayed with the lumberjack guy. You could have probably been with nobody and stayed at your old hometown. So I don't know. It's just, I like the story options. Like I said, I like the idea of you going back to your childhood kind of friends and seeing them and interacting with them and seeing what's going on with them. But beyond that, it was one you could probably skip. If you watch my videos, you probably saw everything you would ever need to do, unless you just really wanted to try to get different endings or something. And I wasn't going to do that again for a different ending. So no, not for me. So slow gameplay, like the story. That was about it. The next one was PowerWash. PowerWash was it's an older game. It's been out for ages, and I wanted to play it when it came out, and I just didn't get the opportunity to play it. I just didn't. I didn't want to buy it because I knew it was a fairly short game, and I don't like to spend money on fairly short games. If I'm going to spend money, I want to get something that's get some time and depth to it. And Firewatch, I did like the story. I really did. I like the idea of you in this area, this remote area, this woman's talking to you. You have no clue who she is. You never see her an entire game. If you watched it, you would see you never actually meet her. You never see a picture of her. I don't think you see a picture of her. I don't remember seeing a picture of her, but you don't even know what she looks like. You know, she could, have 5 heads or whatever, but you just don't know. You never see her. But I like the story. I like the gameplay was okay as far as the controls and stuff goes. There was a few times I was like, I wish I could go a little faster. Although once it got into it, I didn't need to go too much faster anyway. But I like the mechanics of the game. I was kind of disappointed that the story ended where it was. There wasn't more interaction between you and the areas. They could have had a lot more missions for you to complete before the actual story took off. So really, once you met the girls at the lake, once you did that was pretty much, flashlight, no. Once you did the girls at the lake, and like I threw their stereo in because it was like they're annoying. I'll teach them. And somebody said I made that decision awfully quick about them drowning, which is true. That I'm way too old to put up with little pesky teenagers. So anyway, once that happened, it was really the story kind of took off. There really wasn't any other activities. Like it would have been neat if they'd had just activities you did, like I don't know, going and cleaning up an area, or going and finding, whatever you needed to go find something in the woods. Maybe something got lost. Campers reported that they had lost a puppy. I don't know, and so you had to go search for it. That would have been interesting. It would have been more fun than just the story. Like I said, once you kind of went there, that was it. Never did figure out what the science experiments were, or the broadcasting, or anything like that. You find out that, if you haven't watched it, hopefully you have, but you find out the person that was listening to your radios and stuff was the dad of the kid. And so the science stuff really didn't have anything to do with anything. So it would have been really mean if I'd burnt down their camp, because they truly didn't have anything to do with anything. So the scientists, I don't know why the gate was locked though. I guess they just didn't want anybody to mess with their stuff while it was, while they weren't there or away, or I don't know. I don't understand the whole locked gate thing, but it kind of made it seem like they were experimenting, like alien experiments or something, but it ended up being nothing. They were just doing soil tests or whatever. I don't know what they were testing, but they weren't doing anything sinister. It was just university science experiments. He just kind of took advantage of their equipment, from what I understood. But I wish I had more activities for you to do. There was I did not get the what's the dirt? I didn't get the achievement about interacting with the wildlife. So evidently you can get like if you interact with some raccoon or something like that, you can it'll attack you or whatever. I didn't see that. The bees stung me. I got that, but I didn't get the raccoons attacking me. So I never even saw a raccoon. I saw a deer once or twice, but it ran off before I even had a chance to do anything with it. So I couldn't really do anything with the deer. Let's see, is their floor clean? The floor is clean. Pretty clean. You can hit tab and it'll show up yellow for dirt. There's some. So yeah, Firewatch, decent story. Wish there'd been more to it as far as activities you could do, because I would have enjoyed that a lot more if I'd had some activities to perform. Anyway, so Firewatch, decent game. And the graphics were neat. I kind of like those too. The What Remains of Edith Finch, that's also an older one. Oops. That's an older, keeping the wrong button. That's an older game that's been around for a while, and that's another one I wanted to play a long time ago, and I just didn't get a chance. And also, based on how short it was, I'm kind of glad, because it was a very, very short game. I finished it in right at 2 hours, and while I like the story of it, it was still really unclear what was going on. I know at the end of the thing, Edith Finch, you don't know what happened to her. She just died. And her child was at her graveside. So it's like the whole family was just cursed. They didn't really talk about what happened to them, really. It's just basically like this happened. That was it. You know, it didn't really say why it happened. It just said basically these people are dying, and yeah, it didn't really explain it at all. I did like the gameplay of walking through the house and exploring different areas. I like that. Walking through some of the stories, you know, like you were reliving the past, really. The one was kind of annoying where the kid was the fish and the shark for a while, and then she was the bird and all that stuff. That was a little annoying. And then you were a shark on land trying to roll. Yeah, that was aggravating. Took forever to just to get the controls down and find what you were supposed to do, but that was pretty early. The one that was kind of odd to play was the one where you were chopping the fish. You were doing the fish market, and he was just really kind of out there. He was kind of spacey, and so he was daydreaming the whole time. You were chopping the fish. So I was moving the fish hand, the hand that was grabbing the fish and moving him to chop the heads off the fish. That was with my mouse, and then the other hand was moving the actual cursor around to move the boat and him walking and all that stuff. And so for me, I'm not that coordinated anyway, and for me that was challenging. I got the hang of it after a while, but it's like, wow, this is taking everything I could do to just concentrate on it. And after a while, you get to where you're just moving the fish head cutting hand back and forth. You're not even thinking about it, and I guess that's the point. You're kind of supposed to not realize that you're actually doing it on your own until you're just so used to it. You're like, oh, I didn't even realize I was still doing this thing, you know. And I was expecting the whole time I was doing that, I was expecting him, when I moved my hand over, the fish would actually go too far into the cutter and would cut his hand off. I was expecting that the entire time. Didn't happen, thankfully. But yeah, that's what I was expecting the entire time, but it didn't happen. But it was way too short for what it is. I mean, I guess if you were to buy that game for, I don't know, maybe $5 or so, maybe it would be worth it. But I think they were charging, not a huge amount of money, but they were charging a pretty decent amount of money for that game when it came out. And I did like the story. I really did. I wish they'd clarified some of what was going on, like at the end. I wish they'd answered some questions. Because like I said, it says what remains, but yeah, what remains is fun, but it didn't say what happened to her. Did she, was she in a car wreck? Was she just cursed and the whole family was just going to die regardless? I mean, what was the deal? Never did figure it out. So anyway, I enjoyed that quite a bit. Would I recommend, which one of these would I recommend? That's probably what you want to know more than anything. Buying. I think the Gunk was probably worth a little bit of money. Don't spend a lot of money, but if you wanted to spend a little bit of money on it, you could. I definitely wouldn't spend more than $20 or so on it. Lake was okay if you like a slower game. PowerWash is pretty old, so like I said, you could probably get that one pretty cheap. I think this one's all clean. Yeah, I think you could probably get that one pretty cheap if you wanted to. And then What Remains of Edith Finch, that one's pretty old too, so I would think you could get that one pretty cheap as well, if you wanted it. So yeah, that's my thought about the no commentary game. I probably won't have too many of those for now on. I may run in a few here and there, but that's not something that's going to be a regular. It's just I was in a position I could record during those. If you watch Tammy's channel, you'll understand why. But I wasn't in a position where I could really record those games at the time. So I just did no commentary, played through them. Hopefully you enjoyed them. I know some people watched them. Some people probably saw no commentary and went, I don't want to watch that. Some people like no commentary games. I know there a lot of dirt to just automatically clean off. I know some people like the no commentary games where you're not talking over the game. You're just letting the game tell its own story. And if you like that, then that's great. I hope you do. And maybe you can leave a comment and say, hey, you can do more of those if you'd like. Like I said, I probably won't do a lot of them, but I can do one here and there. It's only really good for the story-driven games. It's really not good for, like this game. I can't imagine not talking through this because this would be so boring. You'd be like, oh my goodness, there's nothing going on. He's power washing a park. So this is one I'd probably want to talk through, but I'm going to have to come back and get the roof maybe of that one. Or maybe I don't know. I already got the roof. So anyway, I can't imagine playing this kind of game like that, but I can't imagine doing some games to where I can do no commentary. My plans for the next little bit, I've got some random games to play. I would like to play a little bit. I'd like to get a New World a little bit more. I haven't really played since, well, truthfully told, I haven't really played much since December. They came out with a new December event with the tree and the presents and all that stuff. I got into it like just for a little while, and I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it that much. It was more one of those mindless kind of like task. You just go out and collect these and you run around the world and get stuff. And I know that's the whole point of the game, but I don't know. I was kind of getting tired of doing that kind of stuff, and I'd really like to get more into the fighting. The bad thing is the leveling for the fighting is so annoying that it doesn't feel like I'm actually getting anywhere. So I'm kind of stuck in how I feel about playing that game. So I might play it a little bit more. I just don't know. I wouldn't mind going and finish off the areas that I haven't finished yet. Finish the bosses in those areas. Some of them I'll probably never be able to do. Like the one area, I went into that one area and it was like less power than me. The level power was less than me. It was like, I don't know, 30, and I'm at 40 something, and I was still getting like one shot by stuff. And it was like, yeah, this is annoying. I don't like it when games do that. So anyway, that's just me. Hey, the bridge is clean. I've got a new game called Lost Ark. I posted the beta version on my channel when it was out, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really did. So I've purchased one of the packs so I can get the game early. You don't have to buy the packs. It's a free to play game, but if you buy the packs, you get a little bit of early time. You get a few perks that you don't get if you don't buy it. So the free game you can play for free by all means. But if you buy the game, if you buy one of the founder packs, you get a little extra bonus stuff. So I'll be playing that. That one comes out February 8th. So that's only about 2 weeks from now, maybe 2.5 weeks from now. By the time you see this, that's when I'm definitely going to be playing. That's what I'm going to spend some time on. It's an MMO RPG. It's an ARPG, really. It's got the viewpoint like Path of Exile and Diablo, but it doesn't play like Path of Exile and Diablo. It's got different skills. It's got MMO characteristics. It's definitely not a Diablo game or a Path of Exile game. I'm kind of looking forward. I really enjoyed Path of Exile. I've got tons of hours in Path of Exile, but I tell you why I quit playing it. When they reset the season, you play different seasons in the game, and you have to start over again every time. I got tired of playing the actual story over and over again. And if you don't play for a few seasons, like I didn't play for, I don't know, two or three, I think they call them leagues, but you get the idea. It's they reset and and you start over again with different mechanics. If you don't play them for a couple times, they add mechanics and it's almost too much. They need to take out some things before they add new things in. And some people would go, no, they don't do that. I like all the different mechanics in there. Well, if you're coming back into it and you haven't played for a while, there's like 5 different mechanics going on in the same map, and you're like, this is just confusing to me because I don't know what's going on, which mechanic ties into what, how does this work? They did the one that was like I don't know, it's kind of like you gathered stuff from this one woman, you built like your own like temple, and the rooms connected, and you basically picked the rooms you wanted and things like that. Boy, they did not explain that well at all, I didn't think. Maybe they did, and I just missed it. But I didn't get it. I never did understand it. So I played it, and I was just like, pick these random rooms to do, unlock these random doors. And I'm sure there was a method to it, but I didn't know how to do it. I never did play the one where you have to, like the tower defense kind of game. I never did play that one. It's that kind of stuff. It's all these mechanics they added in, and it's like, I don't know anything about these mechanics. But you're thrown into them. They don't do a great job of explaining them sometimes. So it's like, I'll just wait. So they're supposed to have a Path of Exile 2, which is I think it's the same thing, but they're just streamlining everything and updating the graphics or stuff. I don't know that much about it. But when that comes out, I may play that. But because I really enjoyed Path of Exile. Warframe, I haven't played Warframe in ages. They've got all kinds of new stuff. Like Railjack came out, and I haven't even played it since Railjack came out because at first it was like you really needed a team to do that, and then they were saying no, you can do it solo, and it's just like when they were saying you really need a team to do it, it's like, well, I don't have a team, just me, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to waste my time playing it, and I just didn't do it. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm not going to finish this by the time I get done doing this video. I can just tell you that right now. I mean, I can sit and talk about other random things if you'd like, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much I can rattle on about nothing. If you've never played this game, by the way, PowerWash Simulator, you can get it on Steam. They have it on Epic too. I don't know, but I know you can get it on Steam. It's fun. It's a relaxing game. It's kind of mindless. You know, one of those games you can just do. You don't have to think about it a whole lot. You don't have to give it any effort or thought. There's no bad people. There's nothing that you're trying to kill or kill you or anything like that. You're just trying to clean all the dirt off of objects. This one is one of the bigger ones, honestly, because there's so many different areas to clean off that it's, I don't know, this one takes forever. I think, because I've actually played through some of these before, and I think this one takes about as long as any of them do. Because the other ones, once you get a pattern going, you can just roll during different areas and just be done. And this one is just so many different little nooks and crannies. It takes forever to finish. There's also a fire station. That one's pretty good. The roof is what takes so long on that one. Or is it no, there's another building. The roof takes forever. And what you end up doing is leaving your mouse like sitting in a certain position. Like let's say you leave your mouse right here and you walk all the way across and you back up a step and then you go all the way across and you back up a step and you walk all the way across. And that's actually how you do it. And that's the easiest way I could find to do it. That way you don't have to, don't fall down there. That was the easiest way I could find to finish it, because you going back and forth like this just took too long. But yeah, relaxing game. There's also a lawnmower simulator. I couldn't get into it because I didn't like the controls. The controls for the lawnmower simulator, I would have probably enjoyed it as far as what it is, and you know, you're basically just mowing lawns. But I didn't like the controls because you had to do like control the throttle, and then you also had to control the I don't know, the gears and all that. So it was just too much. It was like, just give me a throttle like they do in a race car game, where I squeeze the trigger and it goes. If I squeeze the trigger really hard, it goes faster, and if I don't squeeze it as much, it doesn't go as fast. You know. Now maybe there's a way to adjust it to where you don't have to do it that way, but I don't know. I didn't look into it that deep. Once I couldn't figure out how to do it the way I wanted it to, I just kind of gave up on it. Let's see if there's anything else up here. I'm okay here. I got to get up on the roof at some point in time. You've got ladders in here you got to climb on. Get on the roof. Slide's filthy. So I'm going to leave you with a halfway finished job. I know, annoy people. I wanted to see you finish it. I don't know. Maybe I'll record it and speed it up, and I won't torture you with the long drawn out cleaning process. But because you can see, I've got the whole outside still to do. Well, not the whole outside, but a lot of the outside still to do. It'll be a while before I finish it up. I think I've got it. Yeah, I've got all this to do and everything. So I might run it in fast forward. I won't talk over it. Maybe I'll put some music over it, and you can see the finished product. I've already finished the whole ground, all the benches, the dinosaur, the carousel, the swing. I think I finished all those too. So yeah, just got to do this one last. Anyway, I am going to fast forward it. You can watch if you want to. If not, just look forward to a few more videos between now and Lost Ark on February 8th. So I'll probably start posting videos on the 10th or maybe that next Monday. But yeah, that's what I'll be up to soon.